that backed out get back in. Perfect.
Hello YouTube, welcome to NASCAR Heat 4. We're here for the Wholemade Veedverks Outlaw Cup Series race here at Phoenix Raceway. It's going to be a blast tonight after last night's two action-packed truck and bandits races. Tonight should not disappoint. We're going to get to the racing action in less than 30 seconds here, so you just stick with us. Tell me when time's up. All right, let's rock.
Let's have a good race, guys. Should be fun. Is always showing offline. I'm trying to hide.
Alright, join.
Alright. Hello, Facebook Live. Welcome to NASCAR Heat 4. We're here for the Wholemade Veedverks Outlaw Cup Series race here at Phoenix. The 14 of Grizzly, the 48 of J Wood on the front row. Green flag in the air. We're racing at Phoenix. We have a 37 lapper on our hands. How about this 11 car? That's Malenko already looking for the second position. Closing in on the back bumper, the 14 of J Wood. How about the 10 of Aiden? Got his first career win in the Gunman Truck Series last night. Ended up finishing second on a last lap pass in the Bandits race last night. Look at that. The entire field cutting there. They are allowed to go under the yellow line. There is no out of bounds at this racetrack. How about Malenko inside of Grizzly? Side by side for the race lead. Down the backstretch we go. Malenko trying to keep his nose down there. Here he goes into turn 3. Way down low. Clear to the race lead goes Malenko. How about Aiden up to second? Party People making his return up here into the top 5. How about Party People taking it 3 wide with J Wood and Grizzly? So Party People makes a nice move into the 4th position behind J Wood. If we look further back, how about 3 wide back here? We have 2 words JR Grizzly dropping like a rock.
And what I like is, you know how I consider Emerson people who are new to the league. I consider them rookies, even though they've raced with these people before.
Well, yeah, as speaking of one, Aiden closing in on the back bumper. Malenko looking for the race lead, making his first ever start here in the Wholemade Veedverks Outlaw Cup Series.
And he's definitely making a name for himself.
Well, he's already been making a name for himself, but it's time for him to join another league. And he's doing just that and being competitive.
And
Party People looking to close the gap on the 48, trying to pressure him for 3rd. About the 17 of Trans Am up here in the top 5.
Malenko up in 1st still, holding that 1st place spot over Aiden.
Right, yeah, he's been there pretty
followed
much.
By Jay Woods, followed by Party People.
Oh, Aiden almost into the back bumper of the 11 car.
Followed by Trans Am.
Yep, that is your top 5.
And they are spreading apart as we speak.
They are not spreading apart, but they are breaking away from the pack. They're all pretty
Well,
close
I
together.
consider it spread apart, but you could break it away too. That's another way you could say it.
Oh, so when you're saying spreading apart, you think they're getting away from each other when they're really nose to tail with each other, but they are starting to break away from the pack. But somebody else who's breaking away from the pack is sat here in the 6th position. How about JR? Wasn't very confident in his car heading into tonight's race, but how about him up here in 6th, right behind the fast guys, and maybe a little bit of a long run here. We might see that 2-car work his way forward.
Maybe. What I'd like to see is this one car back here of 2 words. He's chasing down that 2-car so he can start chasing down the guys in top 5, and then he can say, "Hello, I'm here to play."
Falling back to the 5th position now, Trans Am goes by. Trans Am now looking for third from Jay Wood. All right, 2 words. He was kind of hit or miss last night, hoping he can have a little bit of a better night tonight. Back up front, Malenko is opening the gap. He is walking away from that 10 of Aiden.
Now, we can't say that just yet, because remember what happened when we said that he was walking away with the lead.
No, I'm not saying he's walking. He's just opening the gap, which is a factual statement.
Yes, so, what do you think would be the best way for everybody to race this track? How do you think this track should be raced?
You brake for the corners?
That's it.
Right, that is how you race the track. You brake for the corners. Could you specify your question? You mean on situation, like if you're trying to battle somebody, which line would you prefer? And what that really depends on how your car is set up. If you're battling somebody, usually you probably want the higher side so you can get the run on the straightaways. But if your car can stick it down low, by all means, you go down there. But if you're trying to save tires, you don't want to turn the car in too much towards the corner. You want to kind of keep the car as straight as possible.
Really?
I had to specify your question for you. Malenko continues to open the gap, but Jay Wood up to 2nd over Aiden. Trans Am trying to close this gap to the battle for 2nd.
Alright.
How about Dan and JR going at it for the 6th position? Back in front, the group of 4 cars here for 2nd place, led by Jay Wood over Aiden, Trans Am, and Party People.
Go low into 3 here.
Here you go. Looks like Dan's going to go low into 3. JR way up high, not going to put up much of a fight. Dan will clear him on corner exit.
It's too early to fight like that.
So move Dan up to 6, JR down to 7th. How about the green Acorn?
That's what I'm trying to do, but I'm tight on him.
The 8th position, Corey. He lets Grizzly by.
It's only an entry.
So back to 9th for Corey. Back up front, there's Jay Wood starting to reel in that 11-car Malenko. And if you're Malenko, you've raced him enough, you kind of expected that, especially on a longer run. So now it's just kind of keeping his car as consistent as possible as the tires wear out more and more. There you go, Jay Wood trying to close that gap. Malenko giving him the high side, and already cleared to the race lead goes Jay Wood. So Malenko back to 2nd. Maybe the tire's starting to give on that 11 car. Aiden now searching for 2nd from Malenko. Party People to the inside of Trans Am for 4th. So Party People back into the 4th position over Trans Am. How about this group of cars led by the 62 of Randall? Got a huge group of cars. He's got Dakfu, Two Words, Addy, Corey, Motorsports, Miz all in this group. As Two Words hit the inside wall there. Now it's going to allow Randall and Dakfu to kind of drive away from this group.
And there goes Malico into the pits, relinquishing second place to
Aiden.
Ghost. Aiden, yeah. Yep. I call him Ghost, Aiden Ghost.
Right, yeah, that's whatever. But yeah, Malico into the pit lane. I thought those tires were giving out, so these drivers probably have to make one pit stop this stage anyway. Malico going to do the short pit method and try to open up as much of a gap he can over Jaywood. How long does Jaywood stay out is the next question. As Jaywood is, now he's walking away from the 10 of Aiden. Again, that moves Party People into third, Trans Am fourth, and now Dan into fifth. So back up front, looks like Party People getting into it with Trans Am and Aiden. Now all three of them nose to tail. Aiden sliding up the track, maybe the tires on that 10 going away. Party People up to second. Here comes Trans Am for third. To the inside goes the 17. Aiden trying to keep that car as straight as possible, trying to get the crossover in on Trans Am here. Trans does clear Aiden into third position. So the good thing here with Malico pitting so early is he gets a lot of clean air on fresh tires to set the fastest laps he can. Meanwhile, Jaywood himself has a lot of clean air. About the 1 or 2 words just coming off of pit road, I believe. He's on fresh tires. Yep. How about Aiden and Trans Am both riding that inside lane? If you call it a lane, they're actually below the yellow line. Still waiting for any of these guys up front to hit pit road. 40 to Jaywood continues to gap. So how about JR continuing to just kind of sit it out here in the 6th position. Grizzly and Dakfu going at it for P7. Dakfu in that 12, Grizzly in the 14. How about Grizzly sliding up as we ride on board with Dakfu. Getting a nice run on corner exit. Up to 7th goes the 12 of Dakfu. Questions are starting to arise now. I think the 48 might be able to make it. Just a very smooth driver behind the wheel. And I think he's easily going to make it, so Malico might be in a little bit of a pickle here. As Jaywood has no pressure. He's just running his own race now. Dan going by Aiden. That's for, I believe, 3rd. That would be for the third position. So Dan on to the podium here in this stage. Can Dan catch party people is the next question. We have 8 laps to go in this stage. 7 laps to go. So now JR being caught by Dakfu, but JR doing pretty nicely here. Even if he gets passed by Dakfu, this would be for 6th. What JR and Dakfu are about to duke it out for. As Dakfu goes by JR, but JR not gonna just let him by without giving him a little bit of love there. A little push on exit. JR a little loose. Here comes the 14 of Grizzly, the 47 of Addy, all taking advantage of this 2 car.
Oh, I got big loose, man.
So Jaywood puts a lap on the 19 of Spooby. Can Spooby make it? And he should get some help with this extra lap, or I guess 1 less lap. 4 laps to go here at Phoenix, coming around to 3 laps to go. And it's all about Jaywood, that smooth driver in that 48. Three laps to go here at Phoenix in stage number 1. But we find the battle, which is not much of a battle, with 2 laps to go here.
I was on pit road before the leader crossed to
holding
go.
station in 2nd, Dan 3rd. Dan not really able to gap Aiden in 4th. And Dakfu settling nicely here into 5th. Can Grizzly get there in a lap and a half?
Bullshit.
1 lap to go here in stage number 1.
I got a speeding penalty and I was going 36
Oh, Party People has a
miles.
problem up the track. He goes. Dan goes by for 2nd. Aiden to 3rd. Looks like Party's blowing a tire. Dakfu to 4th.
Bullshit.
Grizzly to 5th.
Bullshit.
So Jaywood's going to win stage 1. And it's going to be close, but Dan comes home 2nd. Aiden in 3rd. How about Dakfu 4th? And Grizzly rounds out the top 5 as the 17 of Trans blows a tire.
I would have only freaking been 1 lap down. The game screwed me hard, dude. I was going 36 and it gave me a speeding penalty.
So, a strategic first stage. Let's see how these guys do. A little bit shorter stage number 2. What's in store for these guys? Make sure you go to Veedverks.com and use promo code VCOS for discounts on CBD-based products and needs. Here we go. Row 1. Jaywood and Dan lead us to green, green, green here in stage number 2. A 33 lap on our hands as the field roars to turn number 1.
And there goes Dan getting the pass for 2nd place, keeping 2nd place
I was
actually.
gonna say he started 2nd. That would be
Keeping 2nd
3
place.
wide For the 6th position, Ms. Dakfu Motorsports. How about 3 wide again? Now they incorporate Addy into the mix. That's for 5th, Ms. to 5th. Still under attack from Dakfu Motorsports driving.
Whoa!
The 4 Pratt man, big contact into the outside wall. And how about a big moment for the 48? With that, we missed the pass for the lead. So Dan takes over the race lead, and caution on the speedway. Dan's gonna get this back to the caution.
The 2 car's the lucky dog.
Oh, the 48 of Jay Wood's on pit road before pit road was open. And that's not a mistake he usually makes. So that'll be the first strike of the night 4v9 car. Clobbered the 13, so it'll be 9 and 13.
I am. JR's. The 2 car. Yeah, the 2 car.
And the 11 of Malenko has blown a motor.
Can I take my free pass now?
So it'll be tail end, the longest line for the 48. The 62 just assumed everybody in front of him was going to pit, I guess, and took the wave around. The 6 and the 1 stay out.
Alright. 2 car can pit.
So the 62 is getting a lap back that I don't believe he was supposed to. If somebody wants to check scoring on the 62 car. 62 is taking a lap. But he was passing the field way before they even got to pit road entry. You just assumed everybody was going to pit in front of him. Wow. Alright.
The 11 car quit.
And now the 62 is heading to pit road, so he's going to be forced to give a lap here. So the 20 of Dan is your race leader. He'll be starting alongside the 10 of Aiden. And we have to make sure the 62 gives up a lap now for taking service and getting a lap back.
I shouldn't have passed Pratt. What's Pratt doing? Was he a caution car?
I believe caution cars are the last physical car in the restart order. Yeah, the 60. Alright, yeah, that's right. The 62 Turner. So, it's reported 62 did not take service. Just did a clean pass through on pit road. So, he'll keep. That will be definitely checked post-race. Without further ado, let's go to our restart order. We have... So let's go to our restart order. The 20 and the 10. That's Dan and Aiden, row 1. Row 2, we have Miz and Grizzly. Row 3, we have Dakfu and Motorsports. We're going to go another lap around. So we'll continue with the restart order. Row 4, we have Addy and Freak. Row 5, we have Trans Am and Spooby. Row 6, we have Adam. I'm sorry, Prattman and Jaywood. Row 7, we'll have JR and Party People. Row 8, we'll have Bud and Corey. Row 9, we will have Two Words and Randall. So we will be going green here. Lap 8 of stage number 2. If everybody can get lined up, my restart order that I made earlier will make sense. So here we go to field through the restart zone, and we are green, green, green. The 20 of Dan leads us to green. And everybody kept it above the yellow line. Everybody's in the clear for that restart. So you roar into turn 1. Dan looking to clear Aiden. Shallow entry into the corner. Aiden rolling to the back bumper to 20. He's got a huge run down the back. Gives him a little kiss on the back bumper. So Dan holding steady over Aiden. How about here to battle for 5th position here? Addy and Motorsports. Addy trying to clear Motorsports into turn 3. He does so. Motorsports comes back to the inside. Nice cut to dog leg. Addy is playing it safe up here, just keeping on the outside of the racing groove there. And top 4, Dan, Aiden, Grizzly, Miz, the top 4. Now Addy clears Motorsports, 5th, 6th. There. How about further back? We have Corey in the middle of a storm back here. 3 wide, Jaywood, JR, and Prattman. Prattman will clear that melee. Prattman up to the 9th position. That is over.
Ooh.
JR and Jaywood.
3 wide, the 6, the 2, and the 48. Oh, now it's just the 6, the 2, and the 48.
Yeah, that wasn't necessarily something to shout about, but Addy still under attack for the 5th position now from Motorsports. Motorsports sliding up. Addy way up by the wall. Now Trans Am looking to take it 3 wide for the 5th position, but Motorsports is clear. Trans Am trying to clear Addy into turn 1. And Freak wants to join the battle in that 42 car. Everybody singles it out. Motorsports into 5th. Back up front, a wild battle for the race lead. Look at this, 4 cars under a blanket up here.
Whoa. Sorry, 6.
Dan continuing to hold station.
Wall.
Here comes Aiden up the inside. A nice run off of turn 4. Side by side through the dog leg. Both of them stay above the yellow line into turn 1. Contact behind. Aiden now getting passed by Grizzly on the outside.
So what would your thoughts be for being in the cars that are in the top 4 right now?
Race. If I'm in the top 4, I'm racing. And Grizzly clears Aiden for 2nd. Now looking to roll that corner, but
I
a
love
little
how
tight on corner
fast
exit.
I'm
Here comes Aiden, a nice run through the center of the corner. Jaywood trying to work his way through. Jaywood trying to work his way through the pack after getting a penalty for pitting too soon. Grizzly falls back to fourth.
And Aiden back into second.
Yep. Aiden back into second. Miz to third. Jaywood, after starting at the rear for pitting too soon under that last caution, is up to the 8th position. That's smack middle of the field. And the 9 of Party People has blown an engine. They done 9 car. How about Aiden trying to get a crossover on Dan? Puts his 10 car into the wall. I'm going to try to drive it deep into turn 3. Rolling under that yellow line. A huge run through the center of the corner. Using the dog leg to his advantage. Now side by side into 1. Aiden trying to clear Dan. Dan around the outside. A huge run. Aiden trying to get the run to the center of the corner, and Miz is there. Riding
Wow,
on
they're
board of
still
Miz.
fighting.
That is the glory of just 2 talented and very clean race car drivers going at it. Aiden leads that lap. Not clear of the 20 just yet. Miz looking to take a 3 wide, maybe. Looking to the inside. Aiden clears to the race lead as Miz kisses the outside wall.
Wow.
So new leader, the 10 car. And now Miz has got a huge queue of cars behind him. He's got Grizzly, Motorsports, and Trans Am. Not too far behind is that scary looking number 48. And it's only scary when it's in your mirror. The 24 Miz way up by the outside wall. Makes contact with the 14 of Grizzly. Grizzly clear to third. How about Motorsports on Miz?
How about that?
Motorsports around the outside. Miz is going to use the dog leg.
With 10 laps to go.
10 laps to go here in stage number 2. These guys, especially with the caution, no worries about tires, no worries about fuel. We're racing here. Miz clears by Motorsports for 4th. And here comes Jaywood to the inside of Trans Am for the 6th position. And Jaywood is here to play. He wants at least a stage point, but he's here to win the stage. Up with 9 laps to go, he's got to pass 5 cars.
Question is can he do it?
He can.
No.
It's now can his tires do it?
That's true too. With being that far back, if he pushes his car too much, he could lose tire grip and
Right, how about the battle for the race lead
tires.
shaping up once again? Dan to the inside of Aiden, trying to complete the slide jump. Around the outside comes the 10 car. Dan drives it back to the inside. Aiden, he misses the turn and he's outside the groove. Dan is clear to the race lead. Look at the crossover from the 10.
17 just went hard in the outside wall.
Side by side once again, there's contact. The 10 barely touches the inside of the 20, but they're still side by side. Grizzly's there in third. 7 laps to go here at Phoenix, coming around to 6. Dan trying to clear around that outside. How about this? 6 cars under a blanket with 6 laps to go. Two by two. The top 6. How about 3 wide for the race lead? Grizzly up the inside. Dan's in the wall. Grizzly about to get a 2-for-1 special. And Grizzly is clear for the race lead. Here comes Dan back up the inside. 3 wide once again. Dan clear of Aiden. Dan side by side with the 14. How about to the inside comes Miz? What a wild battle up here. Miz up to second. Dan trying to keep it in that inside. Jay Wood has been up here. And Grizzly into the wall. There's contact. Everybody's slipping and sliding. The 20s around, the 48s around, the 18 into the barrier.
Oh my God.
And the 14 just wrecked everybody up here. So Miz is your race leader over Aiden, Grizzly, Addy, and Prattman. Four laps to go. Big wreck. Hard racing for the race lead. And now it's about Miz. Can he hold off Aiden? Aiden's going to try to get a crossover here on this 24 car. Down the back. We'll have 2 to go this time.
Aiden could be looking at another win.
And that is going to be an irreparable car for V18 of Motorsports. 2 laps to go. Can Aiden get this stage win? Looking to the outside of the 24. Miz slides up. Aiden making that long straightaway. Miz a block to the inside. Here comes Aiden up high. Gonna drive it deep on the outside. Side by side coming around to 1 lap to go. And Aiden's clear to the race lead. 1 lap to go here in stage 2. Here comes the lap. They're coming up to a lap car. This is Randall. Aiden working to the inside. Randall just holding his line. He gets into the wall. Miz peeking it down low. A little bit of a nudge from behind. Grizzly into the back bumper of Miz. But Aiden's going to win the stage over Miz, Grizzly, Addy, and Prattman, your top 5.
Woo.
Randall, that 62 car, will be the first car 1 lap down.
Wow, that was exciting at the end there.
What a wild finish, right? The 42 car is irreparable. The 18 car is irreparable. A lot of good guys taking out that wreck. $14 was a little in over his head there. A lot laps left to go. Well, not a lot, but 5 laps to go. Very tight racing. 6 cars under a blanket, and it's a short track. Sometimes space just runs out. And it looks like that was the case for the 14. He hit the outside wall and nowhere to go. But wild racing here at the end of stage 2. Hopefully it only gets better. Make sure you go to Veedverks.com and use promo code VSCOS for discounts on CBD-based products and needs. Aiden, Miz make up the front row. And we are green here in stage number 3.
Ooh.
So Aiden clear to the race lead and clear of the pack.
Huge check up in front of me, guys. I'm sorry.
The 13 slipping and sliding, slows up, hits the 17. He spins. 78 laps to go. A 1 into the outside wall.
Not there. Ooh.
Jay Wood into the top 10, up into 9th. So Miz second, Addy third, Grizzly fourth. But this battle for fifth, JR and Prattman going at it for fifth. Nice to see JR up here and competitive. How about Dan looking to the inside? Dan looking to take sixth from JR. Looks like JR's car's a little tight there in the center of the corner, but that could also be slipstream from the cars in front. Right now, the 14 of Grizzly has a target on his back in that fourth position.
You're good on.
.73 laps to go here in stage number 3. This will be a one-stopper, I believe. 2 for most drivers, but if you're the 48 car, you're probably going to make this one on one stop. Dan to the inside and JR trying to complete this pass for 6th. Dan clear to 6th. Nothing's changed up front. Prattman now looking on Grizzly. They continue to battle for 6th. JR into the wall. Here comes Dakfu. Jay Wood is here as well. Nothing of note behind the 48 car.
Didn't mess me up. If anything, I helped you.
Oh, JR, a little bit of contact with Dakfu. And now Jay Wood's looking to get antsy up here. Looking to roll that inside nicely. How about 3 wide? Dakfu's got to give him that lane down there. Now it through the dog leg. They make contact again! JR and
Sorry,
Dakfu.
12.
Here comes
Sorry,
Trans
12.
Am 3 wide.
There you go. That's good hard racing, Dak.
Back up front, Aiden continues to lead Miz. The battle for third is Grizzly and Addy. Grizzly down low, Addy up high. Addy around the outside, the 14 slides. Prattman is here as well.
I know it's early to say, but this race is quite exciting.
Very exciting. Still got a lot of racing to go, though.
Exactly. We can't count.
I didn't mean to give you the bumper, man. I was just backing the throttle.
It's like everybody says. You can't count your chickens before they hatch. You cannot count your chickens before they hatch.
So Grizzly is clear to the third position, but now we're 3 wide back here almost. Addy slipping back, Prattman to 4th. Addy and Dan going at it for 5th. Riding aboard the 48 of Jaywood sat here in 7th. Jaywood rolls the inside. Do I hear a 3 wide? No, Addy falls back behind Dan. Jaywood clear to the 6th position. Here comes Miz, piling on the pressure. on the rookie.
I give you plenty of room to do this.
Miz way down low. Clear to the race lead. Goes the 24 of Miz. And Jay Wood clear of the 20. Clear to 5th.
Ooh. Ouch.
Now Grizzly up to the back bumper of the 10 car. Vat for second. Dan way up high. Here comes Aiden to the inside of Miz. Aiden rolling that center nicely. Miz around the outside. Can he clear him through the dog leg? Here comes Aiden. Miz way up high. Aiden and Grizzly and Prattman. 3 Stewart Haas cars to the top 3.
Wow.
And Jay Wood's clear to 4th.
It's too tight.
So Aiden continues to lead over Grizzly. Jay Wood looking for 3rd. Jay Wood cleared a 3rd. And again, 6 cars under a blanket.
I feel like I'm holding her up 62.
With 59 laps to go. We have 3 Fords, 2 Chevys, 1 Toyota battling for this race victory here in the desert. The Jewel in the desert. Aiden, Grizzly going at it. Grizzly, can he clear to the... Grizzly's clear to the race lead. Jay Wood up to 2nd. And Jay Wood to the inside of Grizzly and clear to the race lead is Jay Wood. How hard does Grizzly fight back this 48 car?
Because of that accent there, big boy.
Aiden going to the inside of Prattman. Viss for 3rd position. Pit stops on the horizon. We should have pit stops in about 10 or so laps. Or if you're trying to make this a one-stop... If you're trying to make this a one-stop race, we can see pit stops in about 15 laps.
That's a tree. It's a type of tree.
Favorite back in the pack. How about Dakfu on Miz? Comes Dakfu to the inside. Makes contact with Miz. Corey right through the middle. So Corey is cleared to the 6th position. Oh, the 24 right on the back bumper of the 6th car. So, back up front, it is Jay Wood over 3 Stewart Haas cars. Grizzly, Aiden, and Prattman, and Dan sat in the 5th position. Dan's gonna have nightmares about Fords after this one.
It's a good thing.
Oh, the 48 is out of here. Way up the track. Dan goes to 4th. Here comes Corey. Corey trying to get up to 5th position. So Corey is cleared to the 5th position.
Hey, Emerson.
Yes.
We got like all the major manufacturers. Like, I'm not saying Ford, Chevy, Toyota, but I mean, we got Hendrix, then we got Stewart Haas, Joe Gibbs. Yeah, teams.
Not manufacturers. Hendrick is not a manufacturer.
I'm sorry, teams. We got Hendrick, we got Stewart Haas. And then we got Joe Gibbs. I mean, we got them 3 major teams
the
right there.
62's on pit road. Is that a pit stop or is he done? It's a long pit stop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the 62 is actually still here.
Maybe the 62 got a course, not a course penalty. A pit road penalty. For entering pit road too fast.
Kinda hard to get a course penalty, but I think this might be day done 62.
Actually, I hear no engine sounds from the 62. He has blown a motor.
Kinda hard to hear engine sounds when they're stopped, don't you think? The 18 of Motorsports is out, but on pit road we have Corey and 2 words.
I love how much
It's
of a
up
smart
on
ass
horizon.
Anderson is. Ooh.
He hasn't moved, so I think he's out.
And here comes Prattman, Trans Am, and Miz into pit road. Did not get a shot of it. Alright, looks like did not get a shot of that one either. The 2 of JR's on pit road, Grizzly on pit road, and Dan's race engineers called him to the box.
And here comes the 10 of Aiden coming into pit road.
Aiden coming to pit road, that's right. So in the midst of green flag pit stops, Jay Wood continues to lead. See where drivers come out in relation to one another. Whoa, contact on track. Addy and Dakfu.
Hey guys, I was just able to take a piss under green flag pit stops.
And looks
I'm
like the
coming out
48's
under
coming
power.
this time. Can he make this a one-stop stage?
Oh, that's good. Yeah, had I not done that, I was not gonna make
Oh,
this.
it is gonna be close. These guys get about 40 laps. There's 41 laps, 40 at the line for Jay Wood. But the same thing
Jay Wood's
is...
in the pits.
Yes, he is. That is
47
what I said
cars
about
leader
30
right
seconds
now.
ago. But, the 47 of Addy is the race leader. Can he make it? What's gonna matter most is tires. How long can he go on tires? And Miz has found the inside wall peeling. Here comes the 47 and the 12. Now, these two guys might be the ones to watch. They might be able to make it on their tires to the end of the race. So, remind yourself later in the race to check out Addy and Dakfu and where they are in the running order. About 5 to go.
Exactly. Right?
Provided there's no yellows. The two leaders are in.
And I believe that gives the lead to the 14 of Grizzly.
That did give the lead to the 14 of Grizzly. Nice catch. How'd you get that one?
Huh?
How'd you get that one?
I was watching Aiden and they went by pit road.
That is,
They unlapped themselves and then they took the lap back. Or the lead lap back. So we got the 14 of Grizzly in first. We got the 10 of Aiden in second. We got the 6 of Corey in third. We got
the 4 of Prattman in fourth. The 20 of Dan in fifth.
Yeah,
see
I
if you
couldn't
can
see
see
that
your
far back.
sentences all the way out. Next time.
Actually, it's the 48 of Jay Wood in fourth and the 4 of Prattman in fifth.
Yeah, the 48's made his appearance now. The 48's up here into the top 5.
The 4 of Prattman taking a high lane in
As
that.
Corey's
in that
letting the
corner.
48 car by, there goes Jay Wood the third. The question is, can Jay Wood conserve those tires for 41 laps? He did about 38 laps at first, and so he's got to go 3 laps longer on his set of tires.
Ooh, that's gonna be quite
He's
tricky.
probably going to be the one to be able to do it, but it's going to be tough. Conserving tires is a tall task here at the Jewel of the Desert. Grizzly over Aiden. Aiden rolling down low. And Aiden clear to the race lead. Grizzly pushing the 10 car through the center of the corner. The 10 up the track. Holds on to the race lead. So strategy is key once again. what seems about the 4th week in a row. Now Jay Wood here, joining the battle for the race lead. But how hard does he fight is probably going to be the biggest factor. The 14 of Grizzly way up the track. He forgot how to make turn number 1. Here comes the 48 of Jay Wood. Down low, side by side, down the back. Jay Wood, not clear yet, but not trying to use up his tires.
Ooh, no, no, no. Oh, you weren't. That was good racing. I'm not mad. I did that to myself.
And Jay Wood cleared a second, now chasing down the 10 of Aiden.
High as a giraffe's ass.
Jay Wood is there. So the race leaders negotiating lap traffic of the 13 of Bud. Grizzly just wants to be in that same lane as that 13 car, I guess. Back up there once again. Jay Wood down low, even lower to the 10. A little bit of contact. Side by side for the race lead. Aiden up high. Jay Wood down low. Here we go into turn number 1. Aiden drives it deep into turn 1, but Jay Wood's going to brake early and get a nice exit.
Woohoo!
Again, Jay Wood's primary goal is to not wear out those tires. Should not really be in this battle. Aiden fending off probably the best driver in this league here at Phoenix. Jay Wood hounding that 10 car. So Aiden still holding station over the 48 of Jay Wood. But how much is Jay Wood using those tires behind that 10 car? Except Jay Wood's been forced to use a very, very low line in these corners, which really heats up that right front. Interesting to see. Interesting to see if this helps or hurts Jay Wood in the long run. Again, dirty air to that front end. Not going to help that car's handling. And Aiden being pressured by one of the best. Here comes Jay Wood peeking down low once again. How hard does he drive it into turn 1? He's got the door open. Sliding up. Aiden out of the groove. Jay Wood down low. Clear to the race lead. Jay Wood doing a great job at defending back, but he's got to be able to, got to make sure to not wear out those tires. 20 laps to go. This time by. Looks like the 6 of Corey's on pit road.
Did you call him a skeet shooter?
24 of Miz is on pit road. Here comes the 4 of Bratman.
Yep.
The 4 of who?
Huh?
I heard the 4 of Apex. That is not
No,
Apex.
I said A-Prat.
That is Pratman. How about this battle back here?
Here comes the 14 of Grizzly.
We have Trans over Dan and Addy. Trans to pit road. The 14 of Grizzly. That is not Addy.
We got the 10 of Aiden right
Aiden.
behind
Jay Wood, that's where he's been for the
Jay
past 10 laps. Looking to the
Passing
inside
Jay
now,
Wood.
and he's cleared back to the race lead. But Jay Wood, I think Jay Wood's had to really back off his pace to try to save tires.
I don't know if it was me, but I saw Jay Wood's rear end just jump out of line.
Yeah, his right rear tire could be killing him here as we wear on this run. As
And
they
here comes
negotiate the
Aiden.
lap car.
Yeah,
Two lap cars up here. Prattman on fresh tires. Spooby just being Spooby. And now Aiden separated Jay Wood by 2 lap cars. How hard does Prattman make him work? Both of them out of the racing groove. Jay Wood in trouble. Looks like that right rear might be too worn out for his liking.
You just need to save enough tires and enough fuel.
Way easier said than done, though.
It is. It's a lot. It's hard. In me of knowing this track, it's hard to save fuel and tires on this track.
Fuel
It's
is
not-
almost
it's
not
not-
the issue here. It's almost always the hardest thing to ever save is tires. Because with fuel, you end up saving that over the run as you have to back up your corners earlier because your tires are wearing. Fuel is almost not an
but
issue.
it's not impossible to save
Tire
your
wear
tires.
is the issue.
Well, it's not impossible to save tires though either. So
I never said it was impossible to save tires.
no, I'm saying it's not impossible. Like, it's hard to do, but it's definitely not impossible. It's possible, but I mean, it's very, very rare you ever save enough tires for a full run.
No, it's not rare. Just you have to be talented and you have to have throttle control, and
Right.
you have to know how the best thing to do when saving tires is to lessen your steering input into the corner.
Understandable. That's
That's
like
almost all you have to do. That and throttle control.
right. Yeah, throttle control is the main key.
Well,
That's what I think.
Well, it depends what tire's wearing out. Here at Phoenix, it's a
Right.
heavy short track. Right front tires tend to go out a lot, so that's steering input. Throttle control is going to affect the right rear tire. A lot of these guys with full setups especially run, especially with custom setups on, a lot of these guys are running looser race cars. So then it's right rear tires. Then it becomes a throttle control game.
See, my thing is I think about it this way. It's kind of like a hard way to think about it because it's difficult to put it in the terms of way I'm trying to say it.
Well, then don't say it. If you're having a hard time to describe it, it's best not to confuse people.
Well, no, well, it's not hard to say, it's not hard to say it. In my eyes, I think it's the other way around because you're turning left, so I would assume the left side would wear faster than the right.
That makes 0 sense. It almost seems like you've never seen tires after racing on an oval.
And here comes the 10 of Aiden.
The 10 of Aiden is giving up the race lead now. We knew he could not make it to the end on the tires. But how long could he hurt Jaywood was the bigger question. Jaywood, 2 for race lead. Yes. That makes 0 sense. Oh, I'm sorry, what? That's for Scooby to decide. We have a pretty full booth right now. Yeah. But the theory that left side tires will wear out more on an oval, that makes 0 sense. The right side tires are the ones traveling the farthest distance. They're incurring the most amount of friction. That makes 0 sense. I can't believe somebody would ever make that statement that the left side tires wear out more at an oval.
Honestly, it was just a thought.
That's a terrible thought. The left side tires travel the least amount of distance. They don't incur as much friction as the right side tires. They don't wear out that much.
Go.
Alright, so if you wanted to save tires, especially at this track, what would you be doing to save your tires?
Backing up the
track.
corners. Backing up the corners.
Go.
Like going to almost no throttle, or
Slowing the car down to where you don't have to steer as much into the corner.
right?
Like, watch Jaywood right now. Look at everybody pass him. Look at how slow he's taking these corners.
Right.
But he's saving that right rear tire.
Well, yeah, that's true. He has to save his tire because he's still out on the track. He hasn't pitted. He wants to save his tires so he knows he has a chance of winning.
Well,
but he's not really trying to go for the win, that I think. I think he's just trying to go out there to have fun and race with his and I consider it like a family. So you're going out there to race with your family.
I mean, I guess with 2 laps to go here at Phoenix, by the way, because people are losing track. Jaywood's a winner. He doesn't come here to just race. He comes here to win races. That is Jaywood, and that is the Jaywood mentality. 1 lap to go here at Phoenix. And now, can that right rear tire live another half mile? His next closest competitor is the 12 of Dakfu, about half the track behind. Into turns 3 and 4, one final time. Who else would have thought with him on the entry list, the 48 is going to win here at Phoenix?
Wow.
Dakfu finishes 2nd, Addy 3rd, Dan 4th, Spooby comes home with a top 5. How about Corey? The first car 1 lap down in 6th, Grizzly in 7th, Prattman in 8th, Aiden in 9th, Trans Am rounds out your top 10. Jaywood, Dakfu, Addy, the top three. And those we will try to get interviews from. Wild race here tonight at Phoenix once again. Taking a look at the fastest lap, we shouldn't expect no other except Aiden with the fastest lap and the race winner with the 8th fastest lap. Corey ran a faster lap than Jaywood, for those keeping score at home.
JR ran a faster lap than Jay Wood. Well, I didn't finish ahead of him on the track, so.
But
I'm just
Wait,
impressed.
did
that I ran
Aiden have a
lap
faster
than him.
lap time than Corey?
Aiden had the fastest lap time of the race.
Oh my god, that's the first time I've ever seen Corey not have the fastest lap time at the end of the race, I think.
Corey had the 5th fastest lap.
Oh, good race,
Holy
guys.
cow! Where was
Whoa.
Corey?
Calm down there, bud.
Yep, for sure.
You need to relax with the holy cows.
Holy!
Alright, so let's see if we can get some post-race interviews here from Dakfu, Addy, and Jaywood. Hello. Top three. Yeah, it was 2 of the top 3 for Court. All right, so let me know when your voice is shared and good to go. Dakfu, let me know when you're good. All right, and then Jaywood, you know what to do. Let me know when you're good.
Mm-hmm.
He must have me muted.
All
He's
right.
a regular.
Yep. All right, so here we go. Joining us is the 3rd place finisher from tonight's race, driver of the number 47, Addy. So that final stage there, you ended up having, you came to pit road as one of the last 2 cars. You and Dakfu came in as the last 2 cars on that set of tires. How are you able to save tires even longer than Jaywood was? Was it just kind of falling back and not battling as hard, or was there another trick that you had throughout the first and the 3rd stage?
Well, I don't know if I saved tires better than him, because after that pit road stop, he saved like a mofo and ended up getting the best of Dak and I. But I'm not sure. I guess the setup was pretty good, tire saving wise. It wasn't the fastest car, but it was pretty well balanced, I would say.
All right. So talk to us about how much of a factor was tire, as obviously, it played into a huge factor in the 3rd stage, but throughout the whole race and the first 2 stages, how much of the time was tire wear on your mind throughout this race?
Pretty much the entire time, from the first stage where you saw Party blow a tire out of second and end up getting into the wall, all the way until the end where Jay would manage to save just enough on his right sides to get to the checkered before us. I mean, that's what this track's mostly a battle of, is tire rather than fuel.
Right, totally agree. Just doing so many league races here. How was your car today? Did you have a loose car to start, or was it loose the whole way, or was it a pretty tight car?
It was awfully tight to start. I couldn't get the short run speed like everyone else had. They would drive away, but by the end of a run, my car do loosened up enough where I can kind of reel them back in some. But pretty well balanced. The right sides wore evenly pretty much from start to end. Just needed that more speed, and I felt like we could have had a better chance.
Right, right. Do you guys have any questions for Addy?
Um, Not that I can think of, but congratulations on your third place.
Thanks. It's a rare
Congratulations.
occasion
Oh.
to get up here.
Well, first off, I'd like to congratulate you. So, Addy, I got a question for you.
Not very
so,
often you get to hear the voices of the booth.
so, well, you got it today. My question to you is, do you feel like, what did you do different from Xfinity and trucks than you did tonight?
Get a third place.
Did you get his question, Addy, or?
What was that?
I guess he didn't hear. He said his question to you was, what did you do differently from last night's races to tonight's race?
Last night I struggled with having tire wear even. It was either I was burning off the right front or I was burning off the right rear. So today it was just finding the balance of getting into the corners at a certain speed to make sure I wasn't overheating one or the other, either on entry or exit. So it was just mostly finding that balance, which I ended up getting, but ended up getting the best of me with speed.
All right, so going from one flat short track to another, Loudon to Phoenix, was there any correlation between the two races and like how you drove the cars when tires were wearing, or was there no correlation?
No, I mean there's definitely some similarities between the two tracks. I feel like you can carry a lot of speed into the corners, and then you got to check up quite a lot to make the center, and then on older tires you can get quite loose on exit. So I think the tracks have quite a few similarities, especially with them being flat. It just was a nice, was an easier adjustment this week than it was last week, I would say.
All right. Well, while those two tracks have correlations, I think from this week to next may not be as much of a correlation. But congratulations to you on your third place finish, and good luck to you next week at Bristol.
Thanks, guys. Glad you're able to join us every week.
Thank you. All right, joined by our second place finisher, driver of the number 12, Dakfu. How'd you pull that one off with those with tire wear in that final stage?
It was just being there and running consistent. The car handled really good. It was awfully snug, but throughout the run it would loosen up. Addy and I happened to stay on the same schedule, and we were able to outlast some of the people. We thought we had something for Jaywood at the end, but we couldn't do anything. He was a class in the field.
Did you kind of know going into the third stage that it was a one-stopper? Well, other people kind of couldn't make that one stop and kind of went with two stops. Were you worried about those people with two stops, or was it a one stop from the get-go in that final stage?
It was a one-stop from the get-go. Everybody, I assume, has different setups that does different things, and luckily I had a one that the tire wear evened out throughout the run. So I was just, yeah. Sorry.
You're fine. All right, I think I asked the same question to Addy. In stage 3, you ended up pitting quite a few laps after Jaywood did. He actually had to come to pit road. I was watching this stream. What do you think kind of led to you being able to stay out even longer than Jaywood on the opening stint of the third stage?
I'd like to say it's just setups, or I was saving my right size. Hope I can't even talk. Hoping that would happen and that he would be on a shorter schedule than us, Addy and I. But it didn't work out that way because he saved like a mofo.
That is the name of the game, especially for him. Do you guys have any questions for Dakfu?
Thank you.
Not that I can think of, but Dakfu, congratulations for tonight for making a top 3.
I'll ask you the same question I asked Addy also. Between Loudon and Phoenix, was there any similarities for you in terms of how you kind of went into the race weekend and how you drove the car when the tires were wearing?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say yeah, because I feel like both tracks are more of a tire track than it is a fuel track. So yeah, I say yeah.
Right. Well, congratulations on your second place finish this
Thank
week.
you.
Good luck to you next week at Bristol.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And we're joined by our race winner, driver of the number 48, Jay Wood. Number one of these races and number one of these dubs. Do you ever get tired of winning?
No.
All right. How'd you pull this
I
one
didn't
off?
think I was gonna win that one though. Like I was struggling there at the end. I was saving like they said, like a mofo. 28-second laps. I mean,
So yeah, you were the stream. I was watching to keep track of the lap count. I had a kind of a better view of how your tire wear was doing because that's what you had up the whole time. So how was it trying to save those tires in that final stage? It looked like it was really getting you.
well, I mean, I didn't push it that hard when I came out of pit road. I don't know how I don't know. I mean, I really wasn't pushing it that hard. And then with like, I don't know, 10 to go, I really had to start backing it down. I really didn't think I even said it I know y'all can't hear me because I can't listen to the broadcast and the race. But I said Addy was going to win it. I thought I didn't know the 12 was in front of him. But either one of those could have won it easily if I hadn't have backed it down like I did.
All right. So
But yeah, that going to the pit road before, I made it 40 laps. So I think I had or 39 laps because when I came out I had 41 to go, or roughly that. You know how it works, 40 to go. So I don't know, I somehow made it. So I
you ended up getting to catch the 10 car and had a pretty decent battle with him there. Were you kind of worried about using your tires up too much, trying to work your way around him, or are you just kind of gonna bide your time and let him kind of feel his way around and kind of see where you fit in? Or when you got to the 10 car, what was your mindset?
hopefully get around him and pull away, but that didn't really happen. I had to start saving. I was even saving more after I let him go. I mean, I was still saving, but I wasn't as fast as I was before that.
Right. We usually don't.
And
see
I
the-
knew he had to pit. I knew
Yeah.
he had to pit because he pitted like, I don't know, 3 laps before me.
Right. It's very weird seeing the 48 car just have so many other cars on the outside lane go whizzing by him. How was that to you?
And just you have to do what you gotta do to get let people go.
Right. Same question, all 3 interviews. From last week at Loudon to this week at Phoenix, any correlation or similarities on how you went about the race?
Yeah, I mean the car was. I guess it's the same answer that the other 2 gave. I mean the car was snug at the beginning of a run, and then freed up. The longer you go, and just like last week, but this week the tire, that right rear tire, is gone on here for whatever reason. I don't really understand because this track is I mean, it's not been fresher repaved, but it's more, like it's not a tire wear. When you watch a Sunday race here, they don't fucking worry about tires.
Right. So I found this interesting. We came out of the race. You got the 8th fastest lap, but your car sure did look a lot faster than 8th fastest. What do you think kind of attributed to that, or you think a lot of people just had hot lap setups, or all right?
Traffic.
You just could slice and dice your way through traffic a lot better?
No, I couldn't run as fast.
Oh.
I think I have an 8 in the car, but that's about all I got. I know there's people out there that can run 6s and whatever, but I can't.
Right, I don't see any, I think, laps from tonight's race. Actually, Grizzlies is up here on the daily, but you are 9th fastest on the daily leaderboard today.
And that was qualified. That was all
qualified?
qualified. Such a yeah.
All right. Well, You usually tend to build rocket ships, but even if you don't, you still find a way to win. Do you boys have any questions for him before we let him go?
No, but I would like to congratulate you on your win, Jay Wood, and let's
I
hope
can't
you
hear
can
him.
next.
Yeah, I don't know if he's got me muted or whatever. But
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Do you not ear rape?
All right.
Sorry.
I can hear you.
All right.
I can't hear the other guy.
All right. Well, he was just he didn't have any questions. He was just telling you congratulations on your win here tonight, and good luck to you next week at Bristol if you decide to come join us once again.
I have a question.
Oh, you do?
Okay.
Go for it.
What was the closest your right sides went without blowing them?
That the end, 3%.
You hit 3% twice in that third stage. I saw.
3%. I come across the line with 3%. There
So you
wasn't no
would've
way I
made-
make another lap.
You would have made like one more lap, maybe.
Maybe.
Nah. No,
Maybe.
going in turn one, it would have blew.
Dang. That's
Alright.
close. That's close. But good win.
Yep. Congratulations on the win. Good luck to you next week at Bristol.
Thank you.
All right, boys. Another tire fest. 4 weeks in a row. It's been all about tires. But next week, we're heading to the world's fastest half mile at Bristol. What are we going to see there, boys?
Well, we're definitely gonna see tire wear. We're gonna see a lot of braking.
That's every track.
This track, it's like that's always the nickname for it, Thunder Speedway. Because you're gonna hear a lot of motor sounds, a lot of the engine, and you're gonna see a lot of braking on this track, on this next track, because it is not more of a, I would say it's more of a braking track than it is a runaway track. It is not a track that you want to see someone go 3-4 wide on, because that would create some
but-
problems.
Last season, we definitely had people go 3 and 4 wide on.
Really? On Bristol?
Or, well, not 4 wide, but 3 wide, definitely, yeah. These guys,
Yeah.
again, every week they come, they're very talented, they respect each other, they can hold their lines, which is the biggest thing that you can do when you go 3 wide. They just have a lot of
Especially
trust.
at Bristol.
They just have a lot of trust in each other. By the way, I think you meant Thunder Valley, not Thunder Raceway.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Just want to make sure you got the right nickname heading into the race. You don't keep calling it Thunder Raceway, because I think that's a whole other racetrack.
That's probably
I call it
is a
Thundercoat.
racetrack.
But anyway, yeah, the high banked concrete half mile in Bristol, Tennessee, double pit road. If we have more than 20 cars, you better watch out for that. That will be fun.
Ooh. I'd like to see how that would turn out.
It would definitely be based on field size, first of all. Obviously, we have to get more than 20 cars before anything happens. But I'm sure we'll go in there with a plan as officials. Speaking of officials, there's going to be a lot of video review tonight on pit road entry. And the one caution of the night on drivers getting to wave around. A lot of official review to go on. We'll all tell you that heading into next week's race. But until then, you'll stay inside, you'll stay safe, take all the precautionary measures that you're being told to take to get through this. The end is near. We can all see it. We're all tired of being in quarantine. Let's just stay inside. Let's get through this together. We'll see y'all next Tuesday night, Wednesday night for some homemade Veedverks racing action.
And stay